Yo, what's up you guys? It's
Big Papa Slaps.
And today I just wanted to make a video having a chill little chat with you guys about what I'm hoping will be coming up in the Pyro update. Some cool ideas for it, as well as my thoughts on the upcoming possible balance changes that were posted to the TF2 website. So if you guys like some of the ideas I have or disagree, feel free to let me know in the comment section below at the end of this video. But anyways, I guess let's start by talking about the TF2 balance changes. So I wasn't really too disturbed by any of the possible balance changes. I mean, honestly, there were some good, sensible changes, and there were some not so great changes. There were some buffs, there were some nerfs, and in my opinion, there were some nerfs that weren't even nerfed enough. But anyways, when it came to my main concern, the heavy, I was really excited to see that the 1 second delay on miniguns is finally going to be lifted. No longer will heavies have to shoot at the walls or on the ground and waste ammo just for an entire second to ensure that we'll get proper accuracy and damage. And I mean, I think this fact alone is practically make this update a great buff for the heavy. And in my opinion, is going to be another great reason why I'm going to continue personally using the Tomislav mainly. And I know some of you guys hate my opinion on this, but hear me out on this one. See, with no need to fire for 1 second before approaching the enemy, now we heavies will be able to sneak around corners fully revved, accompanied by full accuracy and full damage, which will make for brutal sneak plays. But the problem with popping corners for the regular heavy while revved is that the regular minigun is still going to make a loud noise that you can hear from about 5 to 10 feet away from any distance. The Tomislav, however, still won't have this problem. The Tomislav heavy will be able to turn the corner completely unheard, and once the enemy sees him, it's likely going to be already too late. They're going to be dead. But again, that's just my opinion. If you still want to stick with the regular minigun for your own reasons, then to each his own. But anyways, the rest of the changes they made for the heavy, I didn't really care much for. They were very minor, and in my opinion, aren't really going to change up an advanced heavy's gameplay. Instead of these small melee changes, I would personally love to see Valve redesign the Brass Beast a bit to make it a less risky option to use for heavies. For instance, right now the weapon has a great advantage in its damage boost, but it's terribly nerfed because of its 50% slower rev time and 60% slower speed time. So, in my opinion, to make the weapon more desirable to fellow heavies but not make it too overpowered, why not take away these original nerfs and replace them with something like the weapon only being able to hold up to 100 bullets of ammo? So that if the heavy wants to use this weapon, they'd have to very strategically conserve their shots or constantly be on the lookout for ammo. Or perhaps replace that idea with that instead of being slowed down, now the Brass Beat will still deal 20% more damage, but the heavy using the weapon will also have a 20% vulnerability to oncoming enemy damage. So, in other words, the heavy can deal more damage, but will also have to play incredibly tactical in order not to die from the increased damage he'd also be receiving. Now, I get that these ideas aren't perfect balance ideas, but I'd at least say I think they'd be a step in the right direction, if anything, towards making the weapon more considerable and more desirable again. But that's just my 2 cents on that. So anyways, now on to what things I'm looking forward to in the update other than just the balance changes. So obviously, I hope just like the rest of you that this update will come with new weapons, new hats, and new maps. What new maps and new weapons will come up, who knows. But I can say I do have a pretty interesting idea surrounding the cosmetics for this update. And I'm not talking about what the cosmetics should be, honestly I don't really have a clue. But I do have an idea for how some of them could be used. See, my idea for this update would be, instead of just releasing every cosmetic by unboxings, why not keep some and keep them as achievement items for accomplishing certain feats in the game? And what feats would I recommend prizing these cosmetic items for, you ask? Well, no other than the Team Fortress's in-game competitive mode. Now, I know that some of you already probably think that this is a very bad idea, but hear me out. One complaint TF2 constantly has now is that mini servers simply aren't balanced enough. In most games you join now, it seems like you have a team of players ranked all over the place, from level 1 to level 150. The free-to-play that just joined to the guy that's so sweaty you can feel it on the other side of the computer. If competitive mode were played by more people in TF2, this could be a great alternative for the people looking to play TF2 seriously, rather than resorting to pub smashing or just messing around. Now, I obviously know that the UGC exists and that some of the top competition can for sure be found there, but what about for the rest of the year when UGC isn't around? And what about those players that want to play TF2 seriously but they can't keep up with the UGC scheduling? Again, I just think comp mode should be a great haven for those who are really looking to step up their game and challenge themselves to get even better at the game. And what else do TF2 players love more than shiny colored medals? Hats! So why not keep a couple of those hats and make them achievement items for those who can surpass certain levels in competitive mode? I just think it'd be a great idea to help finally bring a larger audience to the in-game competitive mode and help those looking for serious competition to consistently find it. And lastly, one more thing I'm really hoping to come with this huge update, guys, is a great return of players to the TF2 community. I think that with this new update and with Valve stating it's going to be one of the biggest updates TF2 has had in years, that this update could really interest a lot of new players, as well as even bring back some of those older players that have probably moved on to other games by this point. But even more so, guys, I think we can help bring them back. You guys, let people know about this big update coming on October 10th. Let them know Valve has said it's going to be one of the biggest updates in years, and that a lot of new things are supposed to be added into the game. And to all my fellow TF2 YouTubers, I'm calling you guys out even more. When the new update drops, make videos covering it to let fans know about this update. I mean, honestly, depending upon who you are, there may be more people watching your channel than even playing the game at this point. So possibly one of the only ways they'll even hear about it is through you. So I challenge all of you TF2 YouTube content creators to make videos covering some sort of new Pyro material, whether it's a full-blown review of the Pyro update, whether it's just some gameplay, or even if it's just some unboxing. But let's make those videos, let's help build up the TF2 community, let's help Valve make their efforts feel like it was worth it, and let's help win back the hearts of those lost to lesser games, and make TF2 great again! Okay, but yeah, so in all seriousness, I'm very much looking forward to this new update, and I hope you all are too. I feel very optimistic about it, and I can't wait to see what things are revealed that we were expecting, as well as great new things that we aren't expecting. And with that being said, you guys, that about wraps up this video. Again, if you agree or disagree with anything I've said, feel free to leave a comment below, and thank you to all those who watched and subscribed. Until next time, this was Big Joey! Later.